Hello, everybody. It's Chantel. Good morning. I just wanted to create a little short video to talk about a class I'm teaching this coming Saturday, July 29th at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. This class is a webinar. It's going to be on Zoom. It'll be about 90 minutes, and it's sponsored in part by the Reflexology Association of Ohio. This class is called How to Support Clients Struggling with Trauma and Addiction. This is a topic that I teach a lot about, both in live classes and online. And it's really important to me that I continue to bring new information to my classes, right? I'm always learning, I'm always taking classes. I'm becoming more and more aware of the trauma and the addiction that lies within myself and what I see in clients in the practitioner room. So it's evolving, and I like and want to make sure that when I teach classes, there's always newness coming in because we are evolving, we're changing. And that'll be exciting because I can see the names come in as you register, and there are people I know, there are people I don't know, and the people that have been in my classes before, we're going to be doing new content. So that's really exciting for me. Some of the things we'll be learning this coming Saturday. We'll be looking at trauma and addiction, what it is, how it functions, the similarities between the two, and how they live in our nervous systems, right? How they're playing out in our nervous systems today. Peter Levine, he's the one who wrote Waking the Tiger. He's the creator of somatic experiencing. Peter Levine writes, trauma is not in the event, but in the nervous system. And this is really the perspective I take, and especially from a reflexology perspective, because we're working with the nervous system, there's a real opportunity here to be with the parts of self or a client that are being with those parts of the brain and body that were affected by that initial trauma, right? So you could think of that initial event, whether it was singular or happened repeatedly. What was happening besides the event is the experience the person was having in their bodies, in their nervous system. And we, as we move further and further away from that event, especially if it is no longer happening, it's stored, it's imprinted in our nervous system. So we have a real opportunity being in a bottom-up therapy, right? Not in a top-down talk therapy situation. We have a real opportunity to be with that neurological system. It's what we do in reflexology. So it's matched really perfectly. And anyway, so I'm excited to share that with you. In addition to that work and really looking at the nervous system and the parts of the brain and body, in addition to that, we're going to look at ourselves. So this is a huge part of my life. It's a huge part of my daily practice, and it's a huge part of what I teach, is looking at self. We look at self so that we can be better people. We could be better practitioners. We can hold space for someone better. We're going to be looking at how to create safe spaces for someone else. And that in part has to do with what we are able to release within ourselves so that that space we are creating feels safe. And there are things that we could actively do. So we'll be going through those. And we'll be looking at what I call the 12 archetypes of the wellness practitioner. There are myriad archetypes. I find that these 12 are the ones that I see in myself or in others that are in professions like mine, whether it's reflexology, cranial sacral, nurse practitioners, people in wellness, people, social workers and teachers, people that are helping others, right? We really, there's a certain kind of way of being that is pretty common. So we're going to look at those, look at the benefits to being a certain archetype and the drawbacks, and being really honest about which one do I relate to most, which is the one, and there'll be a few, right? Which is the one I relate to most? What are the drawbacks? Do I acknowledge those drawbacks in self? How can I help them to fall away so I could be cleaner and clearer in that relationship with my client? We'll also look at some relational models, right? How am I with my client. And these are applicable to therapists as well. We see them commonly in therapist-client relationships, but it's in our relationships as well. It's in all relationships, right? So I will, just a quick aside, I'll say this class is structured for reflexologists, but it is open to everyone. It's open to everyone because we're all in relationship with somebody. Right. And many of us will at some point in our lives be in a caregiving situation where we are caring for another. And these models, these ways of looking at self, these ways of being with another are applicable to all of us. So everyone's welcome. And then finally, the last thing we'll do in the class is a reflexology protocol for client care or self-care that will address the parts of the nervous system that are affected when one is in trauma or active trauma, right? It's still in their body today, or in addiction, okay? And what else? And I think that's it. I hope I get to see you on Saturday. Like I said, it's July 29th, this coming Saturday, 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time, sometime UK time. I'll put all the times below. And to sign up, I will put that link below as well. It's going to be with the Reflexology Association of Ohio. So I'll put that link below to sign up. And I look forward to seeing you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Just go to my website, theathomeexperience.com, to the contact page. Much love. I will see you hopefully on Saturday. Take care. Bye-bye.